crystalline path. He has paved it for us. He has indeed. They all leave so easily, as if it's nothing. How do they think we feel? The next time we meet, I'll give him such a flick, and that will be just the start. Oh. Fools. All of them. Fools. Watch ahead. That crystalline path, Gra has paved it for us. Difficult as it is, we must carry on for our friends and all who await us in faith. So come, let us seek the path's beginning. It appears to be near the outpost. I won't let it break me, don't you worry. I never have, and I never will. Look, Laverne, a portal has opened. Oh, it will surely deliver us true. It must. Forge ahead. Look up, Laverne. It's as though the stars are being devoured by the dead sun. That's where we are headed, into the maw of darkness. Yeah. Pretty much. Well, here's where the path begins, in ascents to dizzying heights. Let's make our way, one step at a time. Our friends got us this far. Their courage, their strength, their wisdom, their love. We owe it to them to continue, now, no matter how long it takes. Listen to the silence. Thancred would scout the road ahead. Yashtola and ONJ would trade opinions on esoteric subjects. Gra would join in the discussion, or else chat with me and Alize about the mission. Simming would be at the rear, apart yet present. All the while you would come and go wherever you're needed, and together we would travel. All I can hear are my footfalls, my heartbeat. So much quieter now. But the fact that we can breathe and continue on is proof that the others are still with us. They are. They are. Aren't they? Oh, they are. Just checking if there's anything over there that we can interact with, but it does not look like it. The can't. Alright, I'm gonna check real quick. I hate that I have to do this. I do not want to miss it either. Oh, there it is. Okay. Good thing that I checked. Again, I wish these would show up on the map. The innumerable lights that shine in the distance, to think that they all could have birthed civilizations. To think that everything they built has gone to dust, their peoples lost to despair, the stars floating in the sea of midnight. Ours is a lonely aberration. And yet, no matter how many worlds have met their ends, with you and Alizé beside me, there's nothing I fear. No ocean so vast I cannot cross. Those broken stars I see, shattered, ruptured, unraveled, I wonder if they are also words recreated at their ends. The sight of them fills me with a sorrow I cannot describe, a truth I cannot deny. Birth and death, whence we came and where we will turn, a wheel from which there is no escape. Alright, let's return. Look back on the path. The portal is barely visible from up here. Truly, we've come far, much further than would have been possible had we much further than would have been possible had we kept chasing perfect ideals as we did in the past. It's because we have known failure and frustration. We have learned and grown from them. The Heidelin has entrusted us with this mission, with the fate of the very star. It's all a dream, isn't it? A long, elaborate dream. Any moment now I'll wake up in my bed, still a student, grandfather alive, I'd go about my day, relieved as a fragment of that other life fade away. And that would be happiness, wouldn't it? That none of it... No, no. I won't give up these experiences. Good and bad, they are mine. They are me. They are indeed. Offer a word of comfort. Rest assured I'm fine, but thank you for your concern. What of yourself? We can't afford to be too leisurely. Neither need we rush unduly. We've crossed an impossible distance to stand where we are now. We are but a few steps away from journey's end. It'll be over before we know it. Me? Oh, I still have plenty of legs left in me. Don't you worry. It's you I'm worried about. You always push yourself so hard for us. Everyone. And while we're here, we'll make sure to bear our share of the burden. What if you just talk? God, there's so much possible dialogue in this. Not going through the talk options. That would be a little bit too much in my opinion. But yeah, there's so much. Well, this is it. The end of the path. The beginning. Whatever awaits. There will be greater hardships. We may be made to feel powerless. Yet come what may, let us have no regrets. No, let us have pride in what we have achieved. What we have achieved and how it changed us for the better. That's what we're fighting for. And dying for. As they did. There's some structures up ahead, still a ways to go before we reach the dead sun. Given all this, I know how naive it must sound to hope it all works out somehow. Still, well, forgive me if I wish for it all the same. For you, most of all. Not that you of all people need it, it's just, after all the help you've given me, for once I want to be the one to help you. Oh, don't you worry, you've helped plenty, both of you have. Yes, there are structures up ahead. I wonder what these structures are. The necropolis. No music. This is almost... that normal? It's not unlike many cities we know, but it's deathly quiet. Perhaps the inhabitants are within the buildings, or invisible to our senses. Wrong on both accounts. There's simply no one here. Meteon. This is how I found it when I arrived. Another star which once pulsed with life. But no longer. How it ended, I do not know. Invasion, sickness, suicide. None can say. None left to speak for the dead. They are gone. Gone. Search all you like, but you'll only end up turning back. Interesting. What Meteon says is true. What are we supposed to do? You think you've caught me? This form is barely a drop from the ocean that swells within the dead sun. Even so, I could easily unmake you. You're only still alive because of your comrades, but I can't protect you forever. Until I fade away, I'll satisfy myself with watching you try, and fail, to find a way out of this lifeless place. If there's no one here, then neither should there be emotion to bar our way. Yet Meteon seems convinced we'll turn back. What riddle is this? One way or another, we must find the way forward. Let us make a thorough search of the city. You're not alone. Whatever Meteon may have said, we should confirm it with our own eyes. We need to have a look around. Indeed, at the very least, it doesn't appear to be a sprawling place like those before. If we split up, it shouldn't take too long to cover the area. Alright. No need to walk anymore. Tree-like object. There doesn't seem to be anyone here. Perhaps I could try calling out? Hello? If anyone has heard you, they do not respond. The object resembles a tree, and appears to have been fashioned from a stone-like material. Erected in place of an actual tree, or to serve some other purpose, perhaps. Regardless, there's no one left to explain, to tell the story. Were it not for the thick layer of dust, one could imagine someone drinking from these cups but moments ago. I saw a twinkling over here. This place is reminiscent of a bar, but neither patrons nor staff are anywhere to be seen. Egg-shaped containers line the shelves, with a loose few sitting on the counter. Buses for the beverages, in all likelihood. A venue bustling with activity until it was not. Let's have a look around this structure just to make sure there's nothing here. Okay, let's look at the northern part. And then head over there. Alright, there's something here. We're missing 2 interactables. So here, and probably something there. But I see Alize, so let's talk to her real quick. And see if I can find Alfino as well before looking for the last one. I'm trying to see if there are ways to reach the nearby isles, just in case Meteon wasn't bluffing. Was bluffing. Ah, I see the last one as well. Don't see Alfino anyway. At a distance, you glimpse Alize picking her way through the ruins, but otherwise spy no sign of life. Your call echoes faintly before being swallowed by the silence. Anyone can hear me say something is what I shouted. Looking for Alfino just to make sure that I'm not missing him. Dusty door. Don't see him here, so I'm just gonna interact with this. Okay. Rusty door. Though set slightly off the ground, this appears to be a door. Well, the objects to the left could be letterboxes. The door is rusted shut, and the film of dust all over suggests no one has came through in a long, long time. Alright, let's go back to Alize, I guess. Where's Alfino? The fact that we saw Alize around, but not Alfino, not good. Alright, take a look at this. If the road was a little longer, we could take it to just beneath the dead sun. I suppose this is where the reconstruction ends. How about you? Did you find anything of interest? I see. I noticed the same things. Cups left upon tables, chairs out of place. I don't know what happened here, but I do know I don't want to be alone anymore. We've searched enough for now. Let's find Alfino and compare what we've learned. Alright, speak with Alfino, meaning he's still around somewhere. Let's get there a little bit faster. Ah, there it is.
Did you find anything?
Nope.
No, this place is completely deserted. And I can't see how we're supposed to move on from here.
Neither can I. It's quite the quandary. There are no denizens to bar our path, yet there is no way forward.
For another mystery, we did find signs of very recent life. You'd swear everyone just vanished into thin air. I wonder how many ruined worlds like this has Meteon seen.
A lot.
Ah. Could it be? Yes. Yes, I believe I may have puzzled this out.
Oh.
Despite how it appears, it's no different this time. There is someone here who has wished for this ruin. And I believe that together, Alize and I can overcome their will.
Oh. Not another word.
I'm sorry, but there is a chance, and I must seize it. For everyone. And for myself. I will not pretend otherwise. I have my fears. Not for myself, but for you. The last to remain.
I'll be fine.
You are no stranger to carrying the burden of others. But I can only imagine how heavy the weight would be this time. As your friend, I cannot bear the thought of making you suffer so.
Then why suggest such a thing? It's too much to ask of anyone, even him. Why must he be the one? Why must he fight alone? More than a hero, he's a dear friend. Not only to us, but to so many others. There are so many people in the world who care for you, and yet...
Alize, I have an idea. Given the nature of this realm, it may be possible to do more than unbar our friend's path. We might also pave him a new one.
Oh?
For instance, a path where he finds happiness at journey's end. This much, I think we can believe with the utmost conviction, no matter how deep our despair. So please, believe in us too, and press on.
Sure.
Thank you.
What are you... If the plan's decided, then let's not dally.
He's not going to say goodbye.
Ah, there you are. It was as I said, was it not?
It was. We couldn't find anyone. But this place isn't entirely deserted, is it? You are here.
Yeah.
You sought out a star of promise and found a ruined husk. Like us, you explored the devastation. Like us, you were stricken. Horrified by the thought that so many lives could be snuffed out as if they were worth nothing. And the thought that you would have to bear the terrible tidings to Hermes. That which you saw and felt, you shared with your sisters, as did they share their own grim findings with you. Overcome by the pervasive despair of these stars, some of you inadvertently ushered their peoples to their ends. Knowing the horrors you know, anyone would feel the same. They would fear what lies ahead and struggle to move forward.
Fear. I had forgotten that such a thing existed. So focused have I been on shepherding despair.
If you can remember, then you can still face and overcome your own fear.
Why would I bother with such an insignificant emotion? If the despair I command is as a raging river, then fear is but a trickling stream. It can do nothing to alter my flow. You spoke with the Aya, yes? Heard their tale of what awaits the universe. It's true. The stars grow colder and more distant. Eventually, all will enjoy frozen solitude. Using the power of Dynamis, I'm hastening that process. In so doing, nothing will be born ever again. Everyone will remain dead. Alas, it will take time for that to happen. So in mercy, I sent you my gift, to spare you needless suffering. Don't worry. Even if no living witnesses remain to mark the event, I'll make certain that Aetheris has a proper end.
For all the power you wield, you're more fearful than the familiar you used to be. That Meteion feared simply to move forward. But your fear is such that you've given up on everything. I know it well. That sense of defeat. I've tasted my fair share of it. But as many times as we've fallen down, we've learned how to pick ourselves up and carry on. We take each other's hand, share in each other's courage, follow in each other's footsteps, and turn sorrow into strength.
There are times when we fail. We bear wounds that do not heal. But these experiences are part of life, and they make us stronger. We rise, fall, and rise again.
Bahamut music.
Don't worry about us. You must take the next step, and all the rest after that.
There's the way forward. Wow. Earlier in Old Charlian.
Please, please. Oh, please let them all be safe.
Oh. Oh no. Final days.
Cryle? Are you all right?
It's nothing. Just a headache.
Oh no.
They'll be fine. I know they will.
Apologies for the interruption. A man arrived on the last ferry. An associate of the Scions.
Oh?
He wishes to speak with you at once.
Who could this be? An associate. Of the Scions. In this city of the void of life, you sense the presence of another. The sorrow of 1,000 worlds weigh heavy, and yet you can walk on. Unable to execute certain actions. Okay. I did not
If you
intend
need a push, I'll be right there behind you.
Voice from the past. If you need a push, I'll be right there with you. Right there behind you. Make your way to Absolute Horizon.
Do not despair. You are not without allies.
Archifond.
What we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on.
Don't remember who that is. Walking alone onto journey's end, the birding weighing heavy, Endwalker.
Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
That's Emmerich.
While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others.
No clue either on her.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price.
Roban. This might have been Kanisena and Merlwhip.
And we for our part are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Not entirely certain. I'm bad with voices. Very bad with voices.
Save your tears for the morrow. You may be sure we will have ample cause to shed them, be they for joy or despair.
I mean, that was easy. Let's see in. So maybe Lucia, Anisena, Merlwhip, all the female voices so far.
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn.
No clue.
A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen.
Yet miracles do happen, so let us pray and will our friends home.
Back loop. I do recognize their voice.
I won't stop praying until I know they're safe.
Green.
Strong art thou, mortal.
Valkyr, I assume. Either Resvalgar or... I mean, it's one of the dragons. Resvalgar, Vitra, or Midgard somewhere.
Look to the light within, that you may continue to serve as a beacon to others.
Venna.
Let's finish this.
Not sure. Meteon. Absolute Horizon.